Hey, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We were supposed to come in after all this time with the intro music, right, Rod?
If we live,
We
we're
live. It's
on.
been a minute though. I'm still waiting for people to hop up. Boom. Here we go. We are back. Welcome to another. It feel like it's been a minute, but welcome back to another episode of What's the Word Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, where we do our very best to try to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, lift you up, give you some practical everyday nuggets that you can use for your business. And we are all about business over here. I got some dynamic people on the show with me this evening. I got all the way up here to my left or your right, Daryl Two Jackets Jenkins. He's the travel oracle guru, all things travel, and he just got back off a plane about 15 minutes ago. We also got none other than the amazing, been around the world, for about 30 years in this industry. None other than Mr. Roger Lillard, Senior, aka Rogers Nuggets, because he's always dropping some nuggets for you to pick up. And we also have, let me turn down this music, right? We also have on tonight an amazing superstar, one-star director, Century Club member. Century Club member means that this individual has gone out and they have shared and sold 100 of these travel agencies that we are selling. And some people say, man, I can't get my cousin or my auntie to take advantage of it. And this superstar is saying, man, forget my cousin and my auntie. I'm just going to tell everybody about it. So we have a superstar on the call tonight, none other than Miss Kelly Wyatt. Y'all give it up for Miss Kelly Wyatt and the things that she has accomplished thus so far. What the crowd knows.
Hey, everybody.
Absolutely. And listen, because it's been so long, the announcement's going to be brief, right? The announcement right now is all things are pointing to the convention, which is next week. You want to make sure you already got your tickets secured, your seats, your room. I hear people are bunking up 4, 5, 6 in the room. Last year, somebody was sleeping in the bathtub. They just made sure they were in the building. It is that serious. Now, listen. If you have some medical emergency and you can't make it, we do understand. Life be lifing, right? So we're not going to hold you accountable for that, right? But this is the Super Bowl of our industry. And because you are on the team, you're already got, what do you call it, admittance, right? You've already got clearance to make it to this convention. Just put yourself in position. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to What's the Word Wednesday. Mr. Lillard.
Yes, sir.
We got superstars in the building.
Absolutely, man. I'm truly excited to be back here together with four of us on today. But it's been long overdue. We've worked the kinks out and we've prepared to deliver some nuggets to everybody that's going to be listening to this What's the Word Wednesday event on tonight. And so I'm truly excited to have this superstar over to my right. Maybe y'all left, I'm not sure, but this young lady is a superstar for sure in this business.
Absolutely. Superstar. Now, Mr. Jenkins, you have the privilege of having this superstar somewhere within your organization. Now, before we introduce her, and she's talking about, how she was able to chop down 100 of these trees by herself to create this organization that she has. I believe, Mr. Jenkins, you didn't personally sponsor this young lady. Am I correct? Now, you said you didn't personally sponsor her, right?
Not at all.
So not at all. So what this means is simply because, though, for those of you all who are not a Planet Marketing rep right now. Maybe you're thinking about it, or maybe you are a Planet Marketing rep right now. You're not taking advantage of it. But that $20 a month position, Mr. Jenkins, that you've taken advantage of, has now just by default, if nothing else, just because you gave Planet Marketing 20, minimally, Planet Marketing is giving you back 400 just because of Miss Kelly Wyatt, who you didn't know, you didn't sign her up. I'm gonna stop going, but speak to the importance of making sure you are a Planet Marketing rep and member, just in case something like that happens.
You just summed it up. The power of a $20 bill, right? When you look at what $20 can do for you, people look at it and they say, I don't want to pay the extra $20. I don't want to build a team. When they understand the compensation plan, the power of the matrix, and how those $4 bills are critical to that residual income that you build, everybody should be a Planet Marketing rep.
Absolutely.
Everybody should be a Planet Marketing rep. Well, this is the moment of the hour. For right now, we're going to go ahead. We've said it a few times. Superstar Kelly Wyatt, chop down these 100 trees. I'm going to go ahead and ask the first question. There's going to be a couple. And you've been being interviewed over and over and over again. So some of these questions you may have been asked again. So what? It wasn't on this platform, right?
Right.
That's how we feel. But we also pride ourselves on this platform. We keep it professional, but we also want to keep it as natural, calm, cool. We want you to be you, right? We don't give us the politically correct answers.
I don't know any other way.
Okay, whatever. But that's
Daryl. One person who could attest to that is Daryl Jenkins. Daryl, do I know any other way to be Kelly Wyatt?
That's it.
I love it. I love it. So we want to dig deep into the mindset, into the psychology of you, because again, although myself, Mr. Lillard, Daryl probably as well, a lot of us have sponsored and recruited a bunch of people, right? I've been here long enough. I've recruited well more than 100 people, but to have them all active at the same time, that's a little difference. To have the drive and or the mindset to even want to do it, right? That's a little different, right? I know some people who didn't hit 60, 80, and they're like, you know what, I'm cool. But speak to us about what drove you to decide after 9 or 20, because you don't need any more technically, right? Technically, what drove you to getting or wanting to knock down 100 TAs?
I kept moving the goalposts, right? Once you understand the compensation plan, that's when it was all bets were off after that, right? I started my business in April. I didn't start working my business till the end of June. I welcomed my first rep June 30th. And it was like, all right, now let's go bronze. And I think that's when I first met you, Daryl. I went bronze. And I told him and Director Scott, when I see you again, I'll be gold. Because I was in that room for the Super Series. I understood. I started learning the compensation plan and what could be done and what could be achieved. I said, okay, let me get to gold and and I'll be all right. But once I got to gold, it was like, all right, let's go 2020. And then it just started rolling from there. Then it was like 40-40 DIT. I'm not sure if I hit 60-60 or 1-star first, and it just kept going. But as it kept going, my checks kept increasing. And I don't know who needs any other motivation than that. But my check started, like each month, that residual check kept going up and kept going up. And then I was able to do something over the summer. My son came home from school, my baby boy, and he had an internship. And it was like his internship was in another county. He had to get back and forth. So it was like, I got me a new car. I got my first luxury vehicle. It was a graduation gift, a 1-star gift, and it was that 80-80 gift, right? And I was like, all right, I'm going to keep going to 100. And my story to 100 is a little bit different. But what this opportunity did for me, when I bought my car, I was able to gift my car to my son. It was a 2018 Jeep. Nothing's wrong with it. Still paying the car note. Like, here you go, son. Go ahead back and forth to your internship. And now he drove that car back to school. It wasn't about a trade-in. It wasn't broken down. Like, it was just, this is the reward. And my residual check is paying that note.
Did y'all get that nugget right there?
But listen, what I want to do is I want to stay there for a second because people don't understand the philosophy that Kelly just shared is something that I started to do on my race to 1 star. I tell the team now, every month I watch the residual check and I'm challenging myself to see what is it going to be the next month? Because that's how you measure your success in the business. You got to keep moving that goalpost. Every month you're looking at where you end up at. And you got to learn how to manage your numbers. So that was critical that she said that, because most people don't look at it from that perspective. They're just doing the business, but not even quantifying the work.
So it's like, so to know that I'm already guaranteed a certain amount per month as a 1-star director, to know that my future grandkids will benefit from that, right? But seeing my son being able to drive off to school while my Benz Jeep is sitting out back, it was like, you know what? This is what we're here for. This is designing your ideal life, right? And now, so now phase 2 is all right. Now, all right, I got my toy out the way. Phase 2 is now let's multiply this, right? So that's where that Century Club came in. I'm competitive by nature, and it's like a me versus me kind of thing. It's the football mom in me, right? Because raising 3 sons, it was always a competition in this house. Like, I put my sons against each other. I put my baby boy, you got to spar up against your oldest brother. Get out there, walk away 10 yards, turn around and hit each other on the count of 3 because you got to be the best. So but I'm not going to do or tell anybody to do anything that I'm not doing. I can't tell my team to build if I'm not building. So there was a quiet phase in my leg. And it's because I was a little distracted because my brother was sick, my husband was sick. I had some things going on. But I was still moving, and so I started sharing that with my team. Like, listen, I'm not going to ask y'all to do nothing I'm not doing. I'm sitting in the hospital with my husband, and that week put 8 people in the system. It doesn't stop because, again, Daryl, on the 10th, I want to see that check. I want to see it go up an extra $150 each month. I want to see that comma come in it. I don't know. I like money. I like things, and I'm driven by that. So as I see it's changing my life with 2 kids in college, and it's no longer a struggle to put them in school, it's like the why just keep getting deeper, and it just keep getting deeper. So the other day say, Kelly, why are you going so hard? My husband said, babe, one day I want to sit outside, see our big backyard with a big dog. That's now my why. You're going to get that big backyard with the big dog. I'm going to retire you from this business. I'm going to retire my husband.
Kelly, do me a favor, because I don't want to assume that anyone. I know the old school folks that are watching either live or recorded. Shout out to everyone who's watching us live in the Platinum Network and everyone who's watching us live via YouTube. We appreciate you, right? But we don't want to assume that you know what residual income is, right? Yes. And Miss Kelly, why I know you know right now. So in your words, right? Go ahead and explain to the people what residual income is, so that they understand why you're so excited about the 10th of the month.
When you do something one time and you get paid from it again and again. So I like to explain it to people as, think about when you purchased that house and then every month you had to pay that mortgage. That's a residual bill. Here, I shared the opportunity with somebody one time. I started my business. And my residual check is I get paid for this move that I made every month. Whether I keep working or not, I get paid. I did the job one time, and I get paid every month, and it keeps going up. So I keep getting raises on top of it. Like, how can we fight that?
How can you fight it, Mr. Lillard? You chomping at the bit. I see the question across your forehead. Go ahead, get it up.
I'm being patient, my friend.
Go on.
So. Congratulations, Kelly, again for all the success you're having. It's truly admired. And I have a real good question for you. Right? So here's my question. You ready? Here we go. So there are people that are watching right now. There'll be some people that will watch this later on. And you said, now I've taken some notes while I listen to you talk here. So you said you have 3 sons. You said that you're very competitive. You said you have a husband, 2 kids in college. You want to retire your husband, and so you sound very busy, right? What's your schedule like? Like, do you watch television? Do you go to happy hour? Because there's some people that are watching this trying to figure out. Well, I like to go to happy hour, and I like to watch these series on TV. So there's got to be something that you've given up to be able to move up in the business.
I haven't given up a thing. I still do everything that I once did. Like, you do what you want to do. Okay. If it's important, you're gonna make time for it. Whether it's a half an hour here, 45 minutes there, an hour there. Now I'm number 3 in my school. So it's the principal, assistant principal, then me. So I run a school. I coach teachers. I'm responsible for the academic achievement of over 300 students in my school. I have a separate business. I am an entrepreneur. I do have a apparel business. I do the blinged out Converses and all of that. I was in school full time. I just graduated in May with my master's in educational leadership, got my certificate to become a principal. So I'm state certified to be a principal. I'm back in school for my master's in special education.
Right now?
Yeah. I didn't stop. I've graduated in May, started back up at the end of June. 2 sons in college. Still have time for my husband, still go to happy hour. We still go away. We still do everything that we're supposed to do. You make time for what you want. My motto is, well, not my motto, but what I live by is nothing changes if nothing changes.
So somewhere in your day, in your week, in your month, you have a system, you have a schedule in place to work your business. Is that
I'm fine tuning my schedule because what I found, because it's keep in mind, I've only been in the business a year. So so all of this change happened in 1 year. So I'm still trying to figure out what works for me. Because 1 week it might look different from next week, right?
So you put 100 people in 1 year? I'm not gonna just let you gloss over that on the What's the Word Wednesday platform.
No,
she's trying to just slide it in there.
No, back up. She didn't put 100 people in just 12 months. Let's collapse the time frame. We got to call a spade, right? She didn't start when she got started. Okay.
So it's been a year since the light bulb went off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
It might not even been a year. She might be around 10 months when the light bulb, maybe 9 months when the light bulb really came on.
So in 9 months, 100 people.
That's good too. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the light bulb went off.
And keep in mind, I take timeouts. I still take a timeout. Like when I have a really busy week, I'll take a couple days to regroup and come out, go back to the drawing board. What's my game plan to get to this next phase? Or how many people I need this month, and then come back out swinging again. So I don't even want to say that I'm all day, all night living and breathing. Like I still take time out. Like, all right, guys, I'm tapping out this weekend. Like I was on the beach last weekend. I did a little peek in some prospective. I'm gonna catch y'all when I come back. But yeah, I still take time out because it can't be all work and no play either. Like I work hard, so I play hard too. But it has to be a healthy balance.
I like it. Well,
but when I go hard,
I call this a lifestyle business, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not something where usually you got to go sit down, be stuck somewhere doing something. This is really one of them things where you can do a million things and do this. I told a guy just yesterday, if you bought a McDonald's, wouldn't you want the milkshake machine? I mean, ain't nothing extra to work out of you. You just you doing you, right? So good gracious, 10 months. What I'm hearing in that, in order, because you're only one person, right? And in order for you to have, that's 100 conversations minimum, right? It's a little nugget for some of you guys who haven't had at least 100 conversations yet. She had 100 intentional conversations, and I'm assuming, because I know the math, I'm not even assuming. You had 100 conversations that ended in yes. That means you had more than 100 conversations.
Right.
You live in life, doing you, going places, and having all of these conversations, what we'd like to hear, and with the people watching live and recorded, give us a quick example of what a Kelly conversation sounds like in the course of your day. Like, let's say you name 19 things that you're doing. So whether you at work, teacher, student, wherever, what does a Kelly conversation sound like while you're busy?
Oh, it varies. Like I had to have blood work done. Right. I missed my first appointment, went to the second one. I was like, oh girl, I'm so sorry I missed my last appointment. You know, I was so caught up launching my business, my new business. So you know what the question is?
What's the new business?
There you go. Started talking, got the number, here with the card. Let's get on the Zoom later. She became a business partner. I have the conversation literally any and everywhere. If there is a segue that remotely lean into customer service, traveling, just even like a bartender when I'm at happy hour. If somebody has like very good customer service, you see them interacting with people. Listen, you have a great affect. I see you talk to a lot of people. Let's talk about something. My bartender became a business partner. You know, it's like, you know, you have a great following. Did you ever think about adding travel to your platform?
It sounds like you being intentional about your business. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know, Mr. Lily, what if you're hearing something different, you know, it sounds like you living life like you said. I ain't stopped doing what I want to do, but you being intentional while doing what you probably got to do, right? Because some people be telling us, and you can speak to this next as well. Some people speak often about, I ain't got no time. And you just described how you shouldn't have any time.
That's out the door now.
Right. Some kind of way, time is irrelevant because you, from what I'm hearing, in the last 10 months have been using the most powerful form of marketing known to man. That's word of mouth. And you just been opening your mouth.
That's it. I slide in, I send messages like, I had one business partner. She went away 3 times last summer. I talked to her. I reached out the first time, reached out the second time. I said by the third time, if you go away one more time before we have a conversation, you know, joking with her, we're going to have a problem. I said, you're leaving too much money on the table, right? Talk to her. She ended up, you know, she joined me in this business, but I curtailed my conversation around what I see. But this young lady had just went on her birthday trip this year, and her commission was upwards of $1,000. And she thanked me. She said, Kelly, I would have left this money on the table again had you not talked to me. So it's also making it relatable. Like we have somebody who don't really want to book travel for nobody else, but she's also has now made almost over $5,000 in commission in 1 year. So it's like, I don't want to book for other people. Okay, you don't have to. But you're traveling 10 times a year. Why aren't you booking for yourself and getting money? Like no matter how you're booking, you are paying somebody. Oh, I want to do it myself, and you can. You know, whatever. Like it's whatever they can use it for in their life. I don't sell what I do for me. It's what can it do for you? You got a kid get ready to go to school. You want to, you know, I got to wait for you to make some more money, so that because that college bill won't be hefty.
Daryl, you go ahead. I see you get ready to jump out there.
Go ahead, yeah.
What I want to say is Kelly is explaining or demystifying network marketing. There's people that are on this zone watching who have a fear of opening their mouth because they don't feel like they're selling somebody or convincing them on the idea. What Kelly just explained for those who are having that problem is that she is basically identifying a need and she is matching it with what we have here in the business and simply having a conversation so that the person that she's speaking to is having the aha moment. That makes the close easier because she's not trying to convince them to do a business that they're not interested in. They're already traveling. She just said the young lady took 3 trips beforehand and she came back and booked her birthday trip and earned $1,000. She's already put her business in profit mode. And now the trips that she was taking now become a tax write-off, which is a whole nother segue into changing the person's life. You have to understand the business in its totality to be able to help the people that are connected to you or that you're intentionally prospecting.
So I use that too for my people with older kids. Like, 'cause we don't get that child tax credit no more. and you already traveling, but get this 1099, and work with a good tax professional because it balances it out.
Side note, I offered a good tax professional to my team so that I just got our information today so we can wrap up 2025 and everybody can be all legit. So
I have an amazing one too.
We got plenty of those around the platinum network. For those of y'all who don't know, we'll tag them all later.
Absolutely, because mine is amazing. Like
here's how we eliminating excuses. Right?
You know what the biggest fear is that I see? People are afraid to hear no. It's like, oh my God, they're not going to do it, or I don't know. My first business partner, I would have never imagined would have been my first business partner. Polar opposites in everything in life, right? And she was the first person, Kelly, I'll go ahead and go with you. So it was like, once she did, I'm like, all right, I can't typecast anybody to say who this business is for and for not. But it's like, you got to break out of the fear of hearing no. You're not saying no to me. Like, you're saying no to the mindset shift, or you're saying no that you don't want to earn extra money. All right. We'll double back. Like, if you don't want no extra money, hey, listen, I'm not going to force you. But when I heard go for the no, that changed everything, because I hear no.
Good book, by the way.
Huh?
It's a good book, by the way. Go for no, everybody.
I hear no. I hear no a lot. Like, they say I can't talk to 3 people. There are mornings where I will send a message out to 25 to 50 people individually on a random morning before I get up.
How long that take?
Half an hour?
30 minutes to send out 25 messages. Text messages.
A quick cut and paste and modify.
There you go. That's it.
So 30 minutes. Now let me ask you this. Because this is that good practical stuff that I was talking about. Because people want to know, okay, well, how does this business work? How much time is it going to take? Blah, blah, blah. So if we're saying you want to get the word out to as many people as possible, 25 is not a whole bunch, and that's doable. 30 minutes, right? Now here's the question: Are you waking up earlier or going to bed later to make sure that happens? What we'll be doing? I
do it when I wake up.
Just so soon as you wake up.
And when I decide to do it, no, it's not as soon as I get up, because I get up early. So I don't want nobody's phone banging at 4. Shut up, Daryl, because I'll slide in Daryl's inbox in a heartbeat, 5 o'clock in the morning. But I'll try to wait till a respectable time. I try to wait till about 7:30ish, 8 o'clock-ish, and they'll start. Or if I see them active, then I'll send something. I may say today I'm targeting mom. I may have a pitch together for moms. I'll reach out to 25, 50 moms.
You just dropped another nugget. I almost let that one slide too. This is more. See this. I love this. This is more intentional, right? She said, if y'all was listening, she said on today, right? This almost, whether it was planned or not, on today, I'm targeting moms specifically. So not only am I targeting this group of people, but now, like Daryl was talking about earlier, mom's got a specific problem.
And I was going to say, let's dive into why moms. I mean, again, she's one, but she has a philosophy for why she's targeting moms specifically. Talk about that, Kelly.
On that particular day, right? And it's not even like, because the next day was nurses. So it's like I get my group when I get my group. But for that one, it was back to school. You look at, it's like the extra money. Kids are now going away. How are we offsetting? You're traveling back and forth for the sports. You're traveling back and forth to visit your college kids. Whatever the case may be, how can we supplement this income without having to sacrifice your time away from your family? You can still go to the Little League game. You can still, because that was my biggest hiccup, where when I was in the thick of raising my sons, I could never work a second job. Because it was like, if I told my sons I was leaving the house Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5 to 9, it would be a party in my house Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 to 8:30, right? So I knew I could, I would never let them clock me. So the only thing that I wish is I knew about this then, because I would have been on it sooner. But knowing what it's done for me in this 1 year, my only regret is that I didn't stumble across it sooner. right? Because I couldn't sacrifice the time away from my boys. I couldn't. Like I had popular sons, they athletes. Like I knew what was going to go down if I was going again. So when I think about that and I look at moms coming up, like I got something for you to get that extra money and you still don't have to be away from your kids. So that's my segue for them, right? For nurses, they do swing shifts. They work 12 hours a day. It's hard for them to pick up something else. You could do this as a nurse. You could do this caring for an ailing parent. You can do this like with a special needs child because you don't have to sacrifice your time away from home. You're not looking for babysitters. You're not look like it's nothing extra you're looking for. It's not about transportation. You could they over there watching Barney or whatever they watch now. I'm over here looking up something real quick. I know that was so old, but I'm looking up something, real quick. And I'm like, and I show them it takes 5 minutes. Here you go. Now there's 5 minutes with you. I just made it, 700, whatever it was, and I showed it to them. So
Kelly,
I made.
Are you a nurse?
No, I'm a teacher. I'm an educator.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What made you think about? Let me say this first. As entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, we are professional problem solvers.
Mm-hmm.
The more problems we solve, the more money we make. But since we delving deep into your mind and where you're thinking, you're not even a nurse. And then maybe it's because of your mom and your nurturing, but what made you decide to target nurses, right? Because you also, now if you're going to target the nurses, you got to know what their problem is, right? And how to help solve it.
They
And
can't pick up the second job, right?
What made you target nurses?
It's just knowing that their schedules. With the schedule of the average nurse, right? They can't pick up a second job. Where are they going? You work at 7 to 7. Where you going? And you 3 days on, 3 days off. It rotates. Like, what else are you doing? You know what I mean? Unless you're picking up extra shifts. Unless you're picking up extra shifts at the hospital or wherever that you went. Right.
And think about those nurses too, though, Kelly. The 3 days off, you can go to Jamaica for 3 days, right? And come right back and be ready for your shift at 7.
I got a partner that does that.
Yeah. So again, when you think about it, I think what the missing component that doesn't click with most people is they don't have a strategy. Mm-hmm. That's what's missing. When Kelly is being intentional about her building, she's targeting people, but she understands where the pain point is for them. And that is the segue to the conversation piece that she mentioned. You got to know where the people are having problems at.
Watch this, though, since you said that, Daryl. This is network marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So the people in your current networks, you should have an idea of what their problems already are. Mm-hmm. And if you market to them, not try to sell to them, if you market to them, hey, Johnny, you ever want to know how you can get that problem fixed? I got a solution for you. I'll at me when you're ready. Mm-hmm. No pressure, right?
It's never no pressure.
Never no pressure.
Never no pressure.
And the more I don't know, in Philly, I don't know. She might have signed up the whole church district. I don't know. She got a whole corner and said, "Y'all gonna sign up today because the Philly folks are a little rough." Let's just be clear.
So I am aggressive. I'm aggressive by nature. But I have learned how to stop because again, I'm not, it's no pressure. I'm not chasing you to do this, right? I will follow up. I will check in, but I don't chase you. And what'd you say?
That was gonna be one of my questions, but I got one before that one. But I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, so but when I do follow up or just check in, I will have weeks where they're like, oh, she must have had a travel party or something. No, people are just, all right, Kelly, I'm ready. Out the blue. Like the last week I had like 8 people register. 3 or 4 of them was people that I've been prospecting all year. And just kept following up. And I will say, and I hold on to follow up because somebody did pique my interest in this business 4 years ago. I wasn't ready. So and they never really came back. Mm-hmm. And it's like
another nugget. Let me ask you real quick, Roger, your personal sponsor, because I think I heard your personal sponsor quit. Is that the case?
No, not mine. Mine is Rashia.
Not yours?
That's my little sister.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was somebody
else. I said no to her too. So when she came
on,
at first, yeah. When she first came on, she called me the very next day, said, sis, I'm on something. We're going to make some money. Let's go. I said, I'm not. I'm all right. Like, what? She was like, I'm not letting you say no to this. She said, I'll put the money up for you because you're not going to say no to $200, over $200, right? And I'm like, all right. She's like, Kelly, because we'll spend that a night out to dinner. She's like, I'm not letting you say no over $200. I'll put it up for you. You give it back to me, and let's roll. So she did that. She came in, I think, April 10th. I came on April 13th. June 30th, I started moving.
All right, here we go. Got another question for you. Now, this is a real good one here.
Go ahead.
So people on here that are saying, how you find all these people? Where you find them at?
I just told you.
Any
church district.
Right. That's I said it was a great segue to my question.
And everywhere.
So are you what's your percentage you would say of people that you're meeting online and belly to belly? Where you meet with people between the two? And if you're online having success, what's your online game like?
So I do post. I post a lot. If you scroll through my page, I am a travel business owner. I share the travel business opportunity. That's not a secret, right? You're not going to be scrolling and say, oh, there's a travel post. You're going to know, like you want to know immediately. Within 2 or 3 posts, you're going to see something travel related. Okay. I do spark conversations and inboxes, but my phone, I think I do better on phone, like when we get to talk about it. Because when you get to talk, they get to hear, and I guess, and we can make it the conversation intentional to them, and they get to hear you. And I think that being that genuine part of that conversation, which is more of the belly to belly, that like when they talk, they kind of, the ease is there and they're more into it. When I do a PBR, like, and I'm explaining and I'm putting it in real life terms, like people are scared of the term marketing. They're scared of that term. So I'll say, hey, Roger, where are you, Roger, I'm coming to your neighborhood. Where can I take my husband to dinner? What would you tell me?
Longhorn. If you like Longhorn.
All right, but we're gonna go with Longhorn. I take my husband to Longhorn. We have an amazing dinner. I drop a couple $100. Did Longhorn give you anything?
Absolutely not.
But you just market it for him. And then once you put it that way, like I tell them, every time you post a picture at Steak 48, Eddie V's, you are marketing. All we doing is sharing this opportunity with somebody. So that breaks down the fear of the term marketing. So I don't even, so when I reference plan that, you'll have the ability to share the opportunity.
Right. So your percentage is higher online, you would say, than belly to belly.
I don't know because it shifted. In the beginning, I'm gonna say it was higher online, but I do more belly to belly now.
So you're bringing belly to belly online too, as well, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. There you go.
Nugget, you can put that at the bottom, sir.
There you go.
Kelly, I'm gonna piggyback off of Roger's question. See, he wanted to know the percentages of online versus belly to belly. I'm gonna talk about warm market versus cold market because I hear you talk about a lot of intentional conversations that could be at random. What percentage of those people that you've brought in are actually people versus people that you just decided to just share the opportunity with?
So let me say this, and I like that question, Daryl, for this reason, because people think that you have to just use your hot market, right? The warm to hot. And I tell everybody, if you go in business with the expectation that your circle have to do it with you, with any business, you're going to fail. Like, that's not even it. I have a group chat of 13 women that I talk to on a daily. I'm going to say out of those 13, 3 may be in the business. And I'm okay with that, right? But when it comes to my partners now, I do have, let me see, total, I think I've maybe have brought in from the time that I started to now upwards of 125 people. Some are, a couple were inactive. A couple was like, this isn't for me. All right, fine. But of them, I'm going to say 20 maybe in my warmest market, like very close, like family, like my son has a business. Then it's Facebook friends. Then it's people I don't even know. And even though I say Facebook friends, my Facebook friend, like people I picked up along the way was from business. Like they're not in my day-to-day life, but they're on my page.
And so what's your follow-up game like? Like what's you pick certain days that you follow up? Once a week, twice a week, every day?
I try to do it at least once a week. And then I'll go between. So I'll make my list, or like I'm gotten to the point now where I keep a list of who I may contact this week or next week. Well, this week and last week, I may follow up with them in a week. Those who I've been talking to, I may stretch out for 2 weeks. Like I'm not in nobody's phone every day, but I will do like once a week or bi-weekly, depending on who the person is and what the conversation was. But you got to pay attention to who you're talking to and what the conversation is, right? Now, I do have some people who they may not have responded. I may wait a couple of weeks, drop another message in. Hey, how you doing? Start up a regular, another conversation and just have the conversation before I come back to the business. But every time you hear from me, it's not going to be about the business, but you will hear from me. The same way I could tell you about the business, I could tell you about, they may ask about something that I just presented, like I just posted a sale for my apparel business. So I had people talking about that. Eventually, it'll swing back to travel. I did the Adopted Senior where I help college students who's short on financial need for school. I raised over $100,000 doing that. So I have a network there too. So I'll tie that into it. Certain things are being able to done because of that Adopted Senior that I'll now tie into travel. I am going to segue. I'm going to give him a minute, but I am going to segue back to that too. So it's just using my networks and using my audience as I see fit. So, but to answer your question, it's like weekly. Weekly, I'm following up with somebody every week.
That's good. That's good.
This is a two-part question. So on one side, the question is, do you use third-party validation and three-way calls? You got a lot of communication going on. Are you tossing them up? I'll ask my second question later. Let's stick with that one. Are you utilizing third-party validation? How often? How is that working for you, or do you or don't you?
So I do. I will call on Director Scott. I will. I do a lot of third-party validation. So like there are people on my team and the other leagues who'll call me for a third-party validation. But I will do some. Sometimes I'll ask Rashid to do a call or Director Scott to do a call for me, depending on who it is and which way I need them to tackle it.
Awesome. Look, and I done forgot the second question already. So let's Lily, go ahead.
Yeah, I got, of course, I got them lined up, but I'm gonna try to get as many as I can.
Hey, go ahead.
So, you mentioned PBRs earlier, and how many PBRs would you say you do a month?
I am
once a month.
No, I'm down to maybe 2 or 3 a month.
So are you doing a week or on the weekend?
I used to do 1 or 2 a week. I used to go once or twice a week. If ever somebody wanted to see the presentation, wanted to get in front of the information, I would do it. But first it was weekly. And then it was like, I didn't really want to oversaturate it. So we kind of scaled back to every other week.
So is it most on the weekends or during the week?
During the week.
What night? So well, I'm only asking because like we have Zooms in place, and we have our own personal Zoom. Platinum Network has its own personal Zoom. We got Tuesday night Zoom. So it's got to be Thursday.
I've done them on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So you just
Monday, whenever the need. If there's a need, I'll do it.
I love that.
So, but I do it. I do it at about 7 o'clock. And I try to do it on the nights my husband is working, so that when he's off, we're together.
And you're in Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, that's good stuff. Okay, Daryl, Eric, what y'all got? I want to take over.
Look, I'm gonna end up having the text of the question. I just had it was sitting right on the tip of my tongue, and then another question came. I said, let me ask that first question. I'll be doing too much over here. We really appreciate you hopping on our welcome back. What's the word? Wednesday, right? Dropping all these nuggets about what you're doing, how you're getting it done, allowing us to go a little deeper inside of the way you're thinking, why you're doing it. Hopefully it has inspired someone who's going to be watching this. You know what? Kelly went out here and crushed 100 daggone business partners. I don't care if it took you 2 years to do it, right? You being able to get that done is huge. Understand, we didn't talk about this much as well, but you have now what I call like the Walmart effect, right? Walmart is Walmart because they have, well, until Amazon came around, but they used to have the most distribution points, right? No matter what. I mean, they was going to sell the most of whatever it was that you had. Walmart was the number one seller of diamonds. Didn't even make sense. But it made sense because they had more distribution points. Why am I saying this? Kelly Wyatt has 100 plus distribution points. What does that mean? That she is sitting here with us and has 100 plus opportunities to earn 10% overrides every time travelers book, 50% matches every time any one of those 100 people decide to do anything in this business, and then an onslaught of $10 and $20 team bonuses coming from wherever, or as Mr. Scott would say, just and they just keep coming over and over and over again. Here's my question as we get ready to close. I know you've done a bunch of things. Is this your first network marketing company, or you've done a few?
This is it.
This is the first?
Wow.
Yeah, this is no network marketing experience, never been in sales, none of it.
That's powerful.
I
The
started
average network marketer in their life of being a network marketer, the average network marketer recruits 3 people on average. Anybody
That
doing
was my
above 3,
question. It's like
anybody above 3 is above average.
smoking.
Anybody doing what you doing, super stardom, right? It's an equal opportunity, ladies and gentlemen.
effort-based
My
business.
last question. This is it for me. I mean, I have others, but I'll save them for later. But this one I want to know. So, what does Kelly Wyatt see herself in Planet Marketing? Like, this is it. I fought for my family. I fought for myself. This is it. What do you see yourself?
I'm gonna be a 6-figure earner.
Okay.
I'm going to be a 6-figure earner in travel. This has now cut my retirement down from, like, I was giving myself about this is year 27 for me with the school district of Philadelphia. I was giving myself about a good 7 years or so. I'm down to like a 3 to 5 year before retirement, and I'm going to be a 6-figure earner.
Wait, did you say 70 years?
This is year 27.
No, I heard you say 27, but I thought I heard you say you was giving yourself 7 years. I'm like, what, 70 what?
No, at minimum seven more years with the district.
I was getting ready to say 70. Wait a minute.
No, I'm not working till I'm 70. I'm not. But this opportunity now sees how I can cut my time with the district short. Because I won't have to age for retirement. But with this, I'll be able to take that hit.
I know what the question was. Just popped in my head. You start talking about that. You start talking about this job and retirement, and you know, people. There are people, Kelly, who won't actively push this business because they are afraid that this hundreds of millions of dollars that Donald Bradley is trying to force feed us, they are afraid that this money is going to affect their retirement. So they're like, nah, look, I ain't messing with their retirement or their whatever assistance or something that is I forgot what the word is, that's coming consistently for them. They don't want to mess that up. That wasn't my question though. My question was, there's another group of people that are tied into other businesses or professions like yourself, and they're really, really reluctant to share this opportunity with them, not because it's not a good opportunity, but almost because it's like maybe on one side they think they, co-mingling, or they trying to keep, I got this such and such business over here, and I don't want my customers or my business people from this business to know anything about this. And they just try so hard to keep it separate. And they want to, if I'm gonna promote the travel business online, can I use a picture of a robot instead of me or my kids or something? So how do you mentally, my question, how do you mentally get past that block? Because you're telling everybody. And what I want you to do in answering the question is give some encouragement to the people, especially them professionals. They already making six figures. You know what I'm talking about, Daryl? They can't tell Bobby at the water cooler about this thing because, oh, you're doing one of those things, but you don't care. So
I don't. My principal is a business partner. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
well, they don't listen to me, so maybe they'll hear from you, a lady. Give them some encouragement on how to change their thinking to talk to those type of people that they probably work with or doing business with anyway.
Those type of people still travel.
Those types of people.
They still travel. If nothing else, they still travel. Before you take that next trip and you pay somebody, oh, I booked for myself. Okay, you're still paying Expedia. Before you pay for that next trip, let me show you how you can take that same trip and now you come home to a paycheck. Everybody in my school know I have a travel business.
Bang.
I have several business partners in my school. In fact, Jackie Holmes is one of my business partners. She's in my school. She has then went back to everybody who didn't come on with me. She went back to. She was like her flyer indoors. Like, Jack, you can't do it this bad at work. You got So I talked to her about the compliance piece at work, but you can't be afraid to talk to people. Literally everybody travel, whether it's for business, pleasure, bereavement, just whatever. They're traveling, everybody. So it's like, why aren't we having this conversation?
Kelly, you know what I think that for also some people, because we sell travel agencies, in their mind, they are afraid of having individuals convert from being their customer because they feel like that's taking money out of their pocket and becoming a business partner. What would you say to those individuals who have that thought?
You're missing out on money.
Greedy.
You're missing out on money. So, I tell everybody, anybody that comes to me about a trip, I could book the trip for you, or I could show you how to book it and make money yourself. Which one you want to do? I'm fine with either one.
That part.
Either one. Okay. 10% override or commission, I'm good with either. So it's like, if you're going to build the business, build it. Like, it's one thing to get that one commission check, but the feeling is completely different when you see somebody that you introduce to the business get a check for $1,000. And they're excited. And now they're booking for other people. Okay, Kelly, everything you said is true. You know what I mean? It's about the money, but like I tell my team all the time, I didn't invite you into this business or share this business with you to become friends. I have friends. If I introduce this business, I'm going to make money, and I want you to make money too. That's what we're here for.
You heard that before, Roger, didn't you?
Yeah, we're here to make money.
Listen, we like that one. All that singing kumbaya. Kelly, we getting ready to close, right? And since you're the guest, we want you to go ahead and be the first to give your closing announcements, right? Not announcement, but your closing remarks to everyone that's listening. Give them something from your heart, encouraging, something they can use, because you'll be doing stuff daily. So give them something they can use tomorrow.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want to make money, you have to do the money's not going to just jump to you. Don't be afraid to go and get it. It's there for you. It's there for you. You'll hear no, and that's okay. They're not saying no to you. It's the mind shift. But keep showing up for your business. They will see that you are genuine in your business once they keep seeing you. If you post one time and then go away, the attraction isn't going to be there. You want them to believe. They go with who they believe in, who they trust, who they see. Keep showing up for yourself in your business, and they'll come.
I love it. I love it. Mr. Lily, I know you got some closing remarks for the people.
Man, there's nothing left for me to say, man. She done said it all. I promise you, she done said it all. I just say I hope everyone took some copious notes. I hope everyone applies whatever notes that you've taken. And like she said, you know, the money's there. Mr. Bradley said you could try to break the bank, but you won't. And so, you know, don't leave no money on the table, right? Whether it's travel or building a network, do both. And so that's it for me. She done said it all. I ain't got much to say.
Last but not least, we got 3-star director, 2 jackets himself, master ambassador, the travel oracle. That sounds like, you know, we supposed to rub on your forehead or something.
Like, come on, to
before we take a trip.
Wax off if you want to. Listen, Kelly, again, congratulations. You've done something that nobody inside of the Platinum Network has done, not even Mr. Scott. So kudos to you for that. I think the hunger and the determination, what most people don't do is when they see the opportunity that they have, they don't go for it. They're afraid to bet on themselves. And I see that is not something that you are embodying. I think that most people should feel the fear and do it anyway. And again, if you are watching this and you are a goal builder and above, I'm going to implore you to tag your business partners in this video so that they can go back and watch the replay. I think that sometimes people need to hear the story from other people so that they can understand what they may potentially be falling victim to. A lot of people talk themselves out of the idea of being successful because they don't believe that can be them. So with that being said, I'll see many of you next week. Safe travels to all of you who are coming to convention. And again, it's time to turn it up. Back to you, E.
Absolutely. Convention. And I don't have no long, because y'all know I be going long. I ain't got nothing long for y'all. I saw a note, Roger, from the last What's the Word Wednesday. This is what it said. Be the leader worth following, right? It's Kelly Wyatt. You have 100 plus people prepared to follow you. Be the leader worth following. Same thing for everybody else out there. Be the leader worth following. Kelly, like Darryl said, we appreciate all of what you're doing. Continue to kill it, right? We ain't gave you no nickname, but I'm thinking you might be Miss.
Darryl might have something for me.
I might call you Miss Getty. You know who J. Paul Getty is?
No.
J. Paul Getty is one of those self-proclaimed millionaires, and he has a quote that says, "I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own." And you have embodied that right there with what you just done. So until you do something different, Miss Getty, go on and keep getting it. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you back here, Lord willing, third Wednesday with some more copious notes for you guys to start taking. And you should be preparing yourself right now for Platinum Wednesdays, right? Get with your sponsor, get with someone to tell you, how do I get on Platinum Wednesdays, where you can hear the dynamic presentation that's getting ready to be presented about this amazing opportunity. Again, we appreciate you all. We'll be right back here on third Wednesdays. I got to find the outro music so we can be out. You understand?
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you. This is where you bop your head right here, Kelly, on our way out. We bop our head right here.